Texas introduces Don't Say Gay law even worse than Florida. On Tuesday, while the U.S. House of Representatives was in disarray due to Republican infighting, a lawmaker in Texas introduced his version of a Don't Say Gay law. State Representative Patterson's bill, House Bill 1155, requires schools to disclose all information related to students' mental health information to their parents, which exposes children to being forced out of the closet by school officials and adds language to the state's education code that would restrict the instruction of topics on sexual orientation and gender identity. The bill's text reads, and I quote, "A school district, open enrollment charter school, or district or charter school employee may not provide or allow a third party to provide instruction regarding sexual orientation or gender identity to students enrolled in kindergarten through 8th grade, or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate." In a statement on his website, Patterson touts his bill as an improved version of Florida's draconian parental rights and education law, most often referred to as the Don't Say Gay law. Similarly, as with Florida's law, the language in Patterson's bill fails to define what is specifically age or developmentally appropriate, another issue that critics and LGBTQ+ advocates have brought up. And wow, that's all I can say.
Happening again. And I love how they mention that this is the better version of our bill. The better version.
It really translates as worse.
It's the scary
Way
version.
worse.
It's
Terrible.
the scary. That is, Texas is our dusty, evil brother.
Right.
Yep.
Right? That, oh my God, it's just, you know, I worry about the kids. I always worry about the kids. But I am catapulted back to Faye Watt when she was in 7th grade and she knew for sure that she was a lesbian, okay? I knew for sure that I liked my volleyball teacher a little too much, right? If I would have been outed to my mom, she would have sent me away.
Right.
Plain and simple, Faye Watt would not be sitting here right now. She would have sent me somewhere to Colombia to have her family deal with me. And that would have been it for me, you know? And those poor children.
A husband, children, completely different life.
Yeah.
A completely different life. In the closet.
It's horrible. Once again, I do find myself tipping my 10-gallon hat at Texas for taking some of the heat off of Florida for being one of the most hateful places.
That's one way of looking at
You
it.
don't make us look so bad.
At least we're not Texas.
At least we ain't Texas.
Yeah.
Texas runs it back, but don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
I
No.
hear this session is going. We're going
Oh,
to run it
it's
back.
gonna with supermajority in Florida, it's going to be terrible. One of the things I do want to quantify to make sure is crystal clear in the story you just did. The reason why, well, first off, can we at least tip our hats to the radical foaming in the mouth right-wing Republicans? They damn well know what they're doing. They are smart as all F.
Yeah.
They just are, because they want what they want and they don't care how they're going to get it. They just don't. And in all due respect, and I'm just going to flat out say it, and I'm going to say it over and over again in 23, Michelle Obama, you're completely wrong. Completely. In 2023, when they go low, geez, we got to follow them in.
Go
because
lower.
we can't go high, because they'll kill us. As we go high, they take the knife and cut our throats. And that's what we just watched in Texas first. Second, how brilliant of an attack it is. They focus not on the interaction in the classroom, they focus on no third-party participants. Now, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Make sure you think this through in terms of if this law becomes law, it probably is going to become law. That means the Department of Education of the federal government is a third party and cannot interfere with our state law. That means that President Biden says, let's do this. I want to go into the classroom and talk about sexual orientation. No, that violates state law because you're a third party. The President of the United States becomes a third party. The National Education Association adopts policies that they say are acceptable in talking about gender identity in a classroom. No, you can't do that because you're a third party, and that is prevented in state law. Far more perverse than what we did here in Florida. And worst of worst, for all of those that argue we want to give parental rights and that be implemented by principals and even their own school boards in their districts. Your school board becomes a third party and can't interfere in the educational process in your own school because it violates state law.
It's eliminating everything.
It's a genius move.
It An evil genius move.
Evil genius.
An evil genius move to get what you want.
And a reminder, this is in light of what they did in their last session, where now parents can be investigated if they have a
It's, yeah, right. It's previously.
Exactly. And this has such a easier path in legal challenge. And this is what we face. We have to reinvent our political advocacy, because what we did in 2018 doesn't work against Donald Trump.
No.
What we did in 2015 to get marriage doesn't work today. And we have to reinvent the foes that we're facing in our community. We just do. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.